Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Bus Marvels. Today we'll learn about two interesting and sometimes confusing characteristics among some bus services in Singapore, namely red and white plates and green and white services. Let's start with red and white plates. You might have noticed that some services have either red or white plates on the front of the bus. Why is this so? Services with the plates have a sector of the route that both directions of the services serve. In other words, at one bus stop, you may find that at the same stop, you'll find the same bus service heading in different directions. There are posters at bus stops for some red and white plated services to solve the confusion. However, in any case, the red and white plates are better to guide commuters as they clearly state the bus service and the direction it goes, easily distinguishing each direction. It may be confusing for some services like 141 or 155, but you'll get used to it. Now, on to G and W services. These services are not a common variant in Singapore's bus industry. If you live in Bedok, Punggol, or Boon Lay, you're lucky to have such services. But sometimes, do you wonder why two different services are going the same way in different directions and just classified as a G and W service? First, what does G and W even stand for? G for green and W for white. These are to distinguish the intention of commuters whom the services attract. What do I mean? Let's take a look at the newly divided services 84G and 84W, the first trunk services to be divided. Why did LTA make this change? Well, it's because divided services are better to serve different groups of commuters. In 84's case, some groups are commuters heading from Punggol to North Shore and Sam Kee, commuters heading from North Shore to Punggol Coast, commuters heading from Punggol to SIT Punggol and Punggol Coast, and commuters heading from Punggol Coast to North Shore. The first two groups are served by 84G and the second two by 84W. A simple and effective method to ferry all commuters and get them to their destination as soon as possible. So, for those living in northern Punggol, here are some pointers if you plan on taking 84G or W. 84G will definitely have less demand than 84W. So, if you're not in a hurry, just take 84G because it will be a much better commute with a less crowded bus. 84W, on the other hand, will be a hectic service due to the demand for SIT Punggol. So if you're using 84W for Punggol Coast or SIT Punggol, just watch out for the large crowds. It might be as crowded as the city bus services in the peak hours. With that, I hope you've learned something new. Like, subscribe, and share this video as well so you can learn more about Singapore's public transport. Goodbye!